Good morning, boys and girls, cats and dogs. Welcome back to Ichiban Thug Gaming. Right, so what I wanted to do today was just quickly run the benchmark on the new upcoming game, Monster Hunter Wilds. Now, I have a 4090 with a i5 14900, I think it is, okay, 64 gig of RAM. So I just wanted to quickly jump on and just showcase it a little bit. So in the settings, guys, as you can see there, it's running at 4K. We've got latency mode if we wanted that on. Now, I'm not going to put it on for this version of the benchmark purely because we won't be playing it yet, but let me know in the comments if you want to see it. Now, in the graphics settings, you can see it's set to ultra because obviously the 4090 should be able to handle that. Upscaling, we're going to go with DLSS. As you can see, the 40 series cards handle it quite well. The other options are here if you're AMD user and so on. But what I wanted to do, you got quality here. Okay, so prioritize screen resolution. Yeah, anti-aliasing as well. You got balance if you want to strike a balance between resolution and frame rate. Performance prioritizes frame rates over screen, and ultra goes for like your crazy frame rates if you guys want like super crazy amount of FPS, depending on the card you're on as well. Now, ray tracing, I'm going to do the first video with ray tracing off, and then I'll do another one with it on so you can just see the difference. So let's run. Let's move the arrow out of the way. Now, I don't know if you played Monster Hunter in the past. I mean, I played it a bit on the Nintendo Switch because it's fun to have on the go. So let's have a look.
As soon as we find a good spot, we can get things set up and ready to go. And then we can get started.
This is gonna be great!
You bet.
Yeah.
I hope we find them soon.
So it's averaging, guys, around 66 at the minute.
Look.
Graphically, it was great.
Hard to park! Aye.
Seeing the odd bit of screen tear. So maybe V-Sync is on.
They're exceptionally agitated. Could they be chasing something?
It's a person!
I do love slow-mos. Love them.
Bring us closer!
And crash right into them!
We're still too far away!
What do we do? Hold on. What's that?
That's all right.
Can you reach it?
I have to try.
I'm coming too!
So you see the average at the moment, guys, dropped a little bit because there's a lot of movement going on the screen, which is interesting. Very much like your SEO character from Assassin's Creed there. Oh, it's going to go more fast. See how the FPS handles it. Because it is going to be a lot quicker. Okay, so obviously ray tracing is off at the minute, guys. Graphics are still not too bad. And the lighting as well. We are running obviously currently in 4K. With ray tracing off. With the balance set in really at the minute. And it's interesting to see the lightning effects and the shadows. Because what we'll do, like I said, after this bit, we'll go straight on, click on ray tracing, see what else we can improve. You see the clouds in the background looked a bit pixelated then. Does look like a gorgeous game though. So obviously the good thing with benchmarks, guys, it's always good to do these before you even buy the game. It's really good that developers do these because you can see if your PC graphics card as well can handle it before you even purchase the game, because the last thing you want to do is buy the game and it can't handle it. So the average has gone from 66, 65 down to 59, because obviously it's more of a vaster world, so there's a lot more going on. And again, without ray tracing on at the minute. Look at that. Like a giant frog. Monster-esque creature. I mean, the colours on the character, if you look at the character and his ride, if you will, really vibrant. So currently 4K without ray tracing, guys. Now, it's interesting as well to note that while I was running the benchmark about 5 minutes ago without recording with my OBS on my second screen, it was always 66 all the way through, so keep that in mind. It could be your PC is taxing a little bit more because you're using OBS at the same time. So you technically got two screens running, and we're running the borderless screen, so it's not exclusive. Remember, if you have exclusive screen, it does tend to hold more FPS.
Go ahead, help yourselves.
It's quite interesting. So this is 57 now. See what our scores are. Right, so now it's saying good, guys, which is very interesting because when I did the test without recording, it said excellent and I was on 66. So let's go back to the title screen. Let's see if we can change a few settings and see what results we get next. So we can go into options. Obviously we've got controls, but we're not playing the game, so we won't worry about that too much. Right, so you've only got, so you got borderless windows, and then you've got display game with regular window. Okay, so there's no exclusive window setting, because if we do window mode, displays the game in a regular window. Now, that might be interesting to try and find out as well. We've got HDR enabled. Now, NVIDIA Reflex, let's enable. Yep, let's try that. Press escape to get back. Right, so graphics settings, right, so there's my PC spec currently, guys. It's an Intel i5-14600K. I've got 64 gig of RAM. Obviously, my GPU is an RTX 4090. The VRAM on the GPU, as you are aware, 4090 has a 24 gig RAM. the GPU driver version, which is up to date, and this direct storage says CPU, which is random because I have direct storage under SSD. But anyway, cutscenes, you can obviously change all that. Now, upscaling. So you've got NVIDIA, which is obviously for your NVIDIA card users, your AMD card users, and then you got your Intel. And you've also got the option to disable. Now, I'm not going to try any of them just yet, but it's interesting. Right, so let's put NVIDIA DLA LLA on. Get my words out, guys. And let's see where we go. And let's turn on ray tracing. Now, as you can see, it slightly shows you in the preview window here the difference. So we're going to put it on high. Let's see how bad or if there is an improvement. So I've got everything else kind of on the high setting because I really wanted to push the game and see if it's fully optimized with a 4090. It's quite interesting. So you got your sound and everything as always, your accessibility, and then you obviously have your languages, so you can choose quite a few different languages, which is quite cool. So let's run it again, guys, and let's see where it goes now with ray tracing. But it was quite keen. I'll get the words out. It was quite interesting. I didn't see a VSync option there to turn it on or off. Let me know in the comments. Do you play with VSync or without on most of your games?
As soon as we find a good spot, we can get things set up and ready to go. And then we can get started.
So already, guys,
Be great.
if you look at the average, it's dropped. It's now 49, 48.
Find them soon.
Interesting.
Look!
Hard to park!
Aye!
It's quite good to see as well when the action gets bigger, how much the FPS drops.
They're exceptionally agitated. Could they be chasing something?
It's a person! Bring us closer!
And crash right into them!
We're still too far away.
So we've technically lost about 16 FPS since putting ray tracing on and DLAA.
Have to try.
I'm coming too.
What I will try next, just quickly, is I'll try the windowed mode. Let's see the difference. Like I said before, when I tried this without recording with OBS, it was hitting 66 consistent. It definitely seems a little tad slower, you can see. So a lot of people as well were saying with Black Myth Wukong, a lot of people preferred it with ray tracing off. And that's another visually gorgeous game. One I need to get around to finishing, to be fair. Okay, so it seems a little duller, in my opinion, a bit darker. Now the FPS has dropped quite a lot now. If you can see on screen, it's now 46. Which is quite strange because my system isn't exactly a potato PC. And obviously with borderless and using two screens, you're moving across the screen quite freely, so it's quite an open window, which could be drawing quite a lot of the FPS away. See now, 45 guys, because the world is vast. There's a lot going on now on the screen. There's a lot of background detail. You got a few of these monsters in the background moving around. So there's a lot going on. So ray tracing has a lot to deal with. Let me know in the comments, guys. What do you have you done a bench press, and what were your outs on this? Your FPS, and what was your overall score, guys? Put it down in the comments. It's quite interesting. It's still gorgeous. Give it that. Like visually, it's gorgeous. I don't know, I just feel the ray tracing on took the vibrancy down a bit. Maybe that makes it a bit more realistic looking, I don't know. It's quite interesting though. Is this a game I'm going to buy? Quite possibly. So I do love open world style games. Just the freedom.
Welcome. Please
Go ahead. Help yourselves.
I think we're just going to get like another good overall rating, or probably medium. Okay, so we got a good. Right, guys, let's go back. Now, shall we just tweak one setting? Let's go in and run it windowed. Now, maybe as well, the upscaling has made an effect, because as you can see the options, so you've got ultra performance. Now, how bad does that affect it? Now, equally, because that's more of upscaling. So, I mean, the upscaling, to be fair, would probably be more beneficial for those that have a smaller card. So I'll keep it on balance for now. Right, let's go back to screen. Let's try windowed. Yeah? Let's see if what I think is right. Let's try it. Because I'm just thinking that maybe the windowed mode would make it more exclusive, so it would capture all the frame rates on that particular screen, instead of having borderless, where if you are running a 2 to 3 screen setup, it could be vastly impacting. See, look, already.
As soon as we find a good spot, we can get things set up and ready to go.
So we changed two settings, windowed mode and the balance of the upscaling.
Hope we find them soon.
Look!
Let's see if it drops.
Aye.
There's so many.
They're exceptionally agitated. Could they be chasing something?
It's a person!
So in the exclusive windowed mode as well, I'm not seeing much screen tear.
Bring us closer!
And crash right into them!
Whereas in Borderless, I did see it.
Hold on. What's that?
That's all right.
Can you reach it?
I have to try.
I'm coming too.
I'll be keen to have a go at this game as well, I must say.
Nice.
Right, let's see. There's more action coming on. Right, so it's dropped again. I may have left ray tracing on, so apologies if I have. I mean, sometimes a lot of us get confused or caught up in the FPS scores and we want numbers all the time, but I think if you strip it back, sometimes you just need to enjoy the game, if I'm honest. The game's not running slow and you're enjoying it and it doesn't feel sluggish or, you know, just graphically poor and there's pixelations on the screen. I mean, again, the clouds look pixelated there to me, but then it wears off. But my main focus on the game would be my character anyway, and what the speed of his ability and me being able to have less input lag to be able to fight more. You know, with most games, racing games, fighting games, football games, it's all about the input delay as well for me, not being as high. Now, we could lower this to like, say, 1440 or 1080, but if you've got a 4090 or even a 3090 or any of the 40 series cards, why would you really play a game in 1080, to be honest? If you were willing to just do that, you don't need to have a bigger card, really. That's my opinion. Like when I had a 3070, I mainly played in 1440, to be honest. So it couldn't push 4K as much. And then obviously when I got a 4090, well, the ability was there, so that's the point of having that card. Okay, so as you can see, guys, it's 55. So maybe, again, turn the upscaling off. That was a flicker there. Okay. Seems a little jittery there. So I think the final test will be, guys, we'll turn the upscaling off, make sure ray tracing's off, and then we'll run one final test. Because at the minute, if I was worried about the numbers, like some people are worried about numbers on a scale, you would play without ray tracing and upscaling on, I guess. I do like smooth gameplay, but a lot of the times it's not always down to your PC spec as well, guys. Please remember that. Some games are not optimized fully yet. That's why there will always be updates throughout the game cycle, trying to improve certain things.
Welcome. Please
Go
eat.
ahead, help yourselves.
Won't mind some of that. Bread and beans, get in. Okay, so it's good again. So it's averaging 52.93, guys. So that's quite interesting. Right. Final test, guys. Because I don't want the video to be too long, because I know our attention spans nowadays. We tend to want to know the info and go, so I won't keep you any longer. So, back into options. You can all do this, guys. It's available to download right now on Steam. So we'll disable we'll disable the video reflex. Yeah, that'll be one. We will turn that off. Turn off the upscaling, sorry. We'll keep the textures high and everything for now. Yeah. And then we'll go back in and let's run it borderless again for the last time. Because if we're honest, most of us are going to play borderless. We want a widescreen, we want the full screen. The last thing we want to see is a window bar across the top. So let's go in here. So obviously the bloom is on high. Okay. So we won't mess around with these too much. So let's just double check. So we've gone back borderless, 4K, HDR is enabled. I mean, you could disable this. I mean, I've got a HDR 65-inch Sony screen, so I use HDR because it's available. But maybe, you know what, for this, let's turn it off. So let's recap. We're going to turn off HDR. We've turned off NVIDIA Reflex. We have gone back to borderless. And we have kept all the other settings high. And we've disabled the upscaling. Yeah? So one more time with some passion, guys. We double check everything stays as it is. Have to confirm. Right. One more time with feeling, guys. So we've done a couple of tests, which is what I wanted to do. Because I could have just run one test and said this is how it looks on the benchmark, but I just wanted to play around with a few sounds. Because I did a similar thing with Wukong, Black Myth Wukong, when I first got it. I just didn't upload the video.
As we find a good spot, we can get things set up and ready to go.
And then we can get started. This is gonna be great.
You bet.
Okay, so it's averaging 50 already.
Look!
So already the clouds, the sand cloud storm, if you will, is looking a bit pixelated.
Aye!
Slight screen tearing's back in.
They're exceptionally agitated. Could they be chasing something?
It's a person.
Bring us closer!
And crash right into them!
We're still too far away.
What do we do?
Hold on. What's that?
That's all right.
Can you reach it?
I have to try.
I'm coming too.
Sorry, guys. There's the slow-mos I love. Okay, so again, screen tearing there for me. Let me know if you see that in the recording, guys, down in the comments. So there's no ray tracing, there's no upscaling, and we're going back to borderless. But I will try and add a clip in if I can. I'll probably have to take a picture of the overall score when I was playing the benchmark without using OBS recording, because maybe again the 2-screen setup, or if you're on more than 2, maybe that draws more obviously from your card as it would. Whereas if you're just playing this game and you're not recording, from my first initial go on this, I got a lot more. I was in the 66 range on average. Let me know also, guys, if you've done this, on what card. Put it down in the comment. What GPU did you use? Are you one of the lucky guys and girls who are using the 50 series? Put it in the comments. Still looking pretty, but a lot of slight jitters occasionally, very slight. It's quite interesting though. See, the sand looks a lot more plain in distance, very bland. Again, it all depends what sort of gamer you are. Are you a crazy visual gamer? Are you more about the low latency, lag? What kind of gamer you are, it depends on your settings, guys. I always advise, if there's a benchmark available, do it before you buy the game. Because you can obviously test the settings against your PC, which is always huge plus. Because obviously with this being on consoles, it will have it optimized for those consoles like your PS5 and so on. Dropped quite a lot, hasn't it? So obviously the upscaling would have been helping with the FPS as well. The frame generation. There is also, guys, a app you can get on Steam. A lot of people have raved about it for a while. Lossless. I think it's something like £8. Obviously English pounds, I'm in England. Where it also boosts your game's FPS. Oh, this has dropped way too much now for me. 47. I think anything below 50 can be quite annoying. Personally, anyway. It's interesting as well, because when ray tracing was on, the chap who just invites you in with the old wave, he looked a lot darker, like the screen looked darker. So I don't know, I think it's a lot of play around and see what you feel is good. You've always got to remember, you're the consumer, you're the person going to play it. So it's down to your settings that you have to play around with, guys, and what you feel. Because what anyone else says could be irrelevant to what you want. So guys, that's the end of it. My little play around test. I'm sure there's a lot more in-depth ones out there. I'm just a simple gamer, very average gamer at best. But that's Monster Hunter Wilds. Free benchmark you can download now on Steam, guys. Go and have a look, download it, and have a play around with the settings yourself. But like I said in the video throughout, I would always advise download benchmarks if you can, just so you can test it before you buy it for your PC to ensure your system can handle it. Because the last thing you want to do is buy it and then realise you've got to spend a lot more money upgrading your PC to even get it to play. So in this day and age, money is king. So I hope you enjoyed. I've been Ichiban Thug, and I will see you all on the next one. For now, till then, guys, have fun. Just remember, gaming is about fun, so try and have fun. Don't think too much about the schematics of numbers. But if you are, download the benchmark.